Wow, look at this. Durum wheat semolina pasta with sepia ink. So I'm thinking squid ink pasta, this is fire, but what's sepia? I'm about to post a photo of it right now. Essentially like cuttlefish ink. Shit looks expensive, so let's respect this product. All right. And I was like, I'm going to make a pasta. Let's do it. Big shout out to the homies. Feeling rich, you know what I'm saying? So, squid ink pasta. This is what I got. Pop open the fridge and say, what do I got? And my shit's filled with Trader Joe's and Costco shit. So we found these shrimp, Argentinian shrimp, came from Costco. Costco coming through, and so there's this place called Gypsies in Berkeley. When I was going to school, it's right across the street from me. I would eat there all the time, and I would get this like gambari pasta. I'm gonna post a picture of it so y'all can see what I'm working with. But inspired by that, I was like, shrimp, sepia ink pasta, and together let's make it happen. And so I got the pasta going. Again, Costco right there. Sun-dried tomatoes. What's good about this is really tart, and it's got this like Italian seasoning oil. So with the garlic and the shrimp, it's gonna be a banger. Now the shrimp's already cooked, it looks like. So I ran it through some water to just do a quick defrost. These things are still like slightly frozen. But here's the trick. I used to just pop protein in, pop it in sauce, let the sauce heat up, and then mix it with pasta, and you're good to go. But it's just about these little things. I don't know where I picked up these things. You know, I'm a Food Network fiend, but here we go. So what you want to do is get the shrimp cooked up, married with the flavors a little bit, but then take it off heat. So put it off to the side because you don't want to make them any more tough than they need to be, right? So cook them as very little as possible. Heat them up so they don't cool down the pan or anything like that. But I got the bowl and I pop it in that. Inspired by Kenji, those pasta. The way I'm cooking is on a big ass pan. Shallow bath of water, right? It's salted. You gotta salt that. And then it comes up to heat much faster. And one of the things that he would always say is once it cooks down, you want to reserve that pasta water. So when we mix it with the noodles and we mix it with the sauce, it really just helps it bind. And so, you know, I don't do it all the time, but I figure this will be great. I don't have to use a big ass pot. You know what I mean? So what's in here? Rouse marinara. Like there's, again, Costco coming through. Like it's a bomb ass sauce. What can I say? The goal there on this sauce is just let it simmer. Let it cook down a little bit because I'm about to add more liquids. I'm about to add more ingredients to like just, you know, step it up. So I'm heating it up and I'm going to put it off to the side. And the main thing is this situation right here. I got the pasta to the left of me, sauce to the top of the pan. I have my protein ready to go. And I got a couple extra things like Parmesan. So I'm a loser, and then I get a block of Parm, and then I grate it, and I toss it in that tub. This is how you get them tubs. You get some pho, and you freaking wash the freaking tub. All right, so those things come in super handy. They're super lightweight, stack them up, whatever. So here I go. I'm assembling. Now, like I said, back when I was like 14 cooking for myself, I just get pasta and just mix it in. The problem is pasta gets overcooked. The sauce is just whatever you got from the jar, you know what I mean? So the place, the Gypsies, I would literally sit and watch them cook while I'm eating. Like I wouldn't, like no headphones, nothing. I'm just watching them cook. And they cook the noodles separately. They cook the sauce separately. They were pre-prepared. And then mix it in. And they were flames for days, right? So they're going ham on like the heat and everything. And I put two and two together. I'm like, okay, I'll just start cooking like that. And it makes a difference. It makes a big, big difference. Before it'd be pasta cooked in the sauce and it gets soggy, or pasta with sauce on top. The way we do it here is you stir fry or saute the pasta with the sauce so it's really married. And then you put that down, and then you get the sauce and you ladle it over the top. So it's really infused pasta. It's just this one cohesive dish, you know what I'm saying? So you see me cook it up. You see me add in the shrimp. Again, we don't want to overcook it, so we control how much protein we can put in there.
Yeah.
And then you put the parm in. You fold it nice and soft, and I added some cream in here just to give it a bit more creaminess. Now, one thing to note is controlling your flame. It shouldn't be on high heat the whole time, especially when you put the cheese and the cream. The heat is low or damn near off, and just the heat of the pasta is just gonna gently put everything together. You feel me? So that's the plan. What I like to do here, especially when I'm cooking stuff that I've never made, I'll make myself a plate. I'll test it, see what I need to adjust, because you don't want to experiment with people that you're feeding. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool taking the hit and catching an L on my own, but when you're serving, you gotta be ready, you know? So there I am, dressing it off with some parm. Again, I'm a loser, so I got a block and I grated it. I don't do that shit for everything, but have you guys ever used that Kraft cheese, like Parmesan? You know, that we all grew up with that, right? And you're trying to chef it up, and then you make your own chicken Alfredo with it, and you realize the cheese is just clumping and not doing its thing. It's because those pre-grated shits are coated in like sawdust, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I would be cool with the pre-grated shit, but it's just, I got a little grater. I grate it up. Now it like mixes in really well. The main thing is put it in batches, do a little bit at a time, and you're golden, man. So, okay, so taste test complete. Tasted good to me. So Steph just got home, right? So I go, okay, I'm put this phone on a stand, and I need both my hands this time. Before I was fucking around, you know? Got one hand on the steering wheel, but I don't want to mess this up. So now I need both my hands. Now check this out. You see me test the stainless pan. You want to do that little water test. As long as the water is not evaporating water right away and it's like dancing on the pan, you're good to go. And I usually lower the heat and wait a second so I don't start burning food, because that's just way too high temp. But you see the sauce going crazy. So a couple things you can do. You can take the pan off the heat, or like I did right there, I put that other pan right on top so we're not making a mess. I mean, you can see it already, like the white plate that I was going to use to plate the dish it's murked. All right, so I'm going to switch that out. But what I did was I added more sauce, and then you want a good coating for the noodles, so I'm like adjusting as I go. One of the things I also recognize is when you see really good cooks, I'm not a good cook. I'm fucking trash. All right, but when you see like real people chefing it up, they're using the pan and the tongs or the spatula at the same time. When I was a young kid trying to make my own food, I would use the spatula for everything and just cut up your shit. You know, imagine having like angel hair pasta and just murking that. And part of that is because it's just too harsh sometimes to use the tongs. So I just get in the habit of shaking the pan a lot, evening things out, flipping, flapping. You know what I mean? Getting shit from the bottom to the top. So that's what you see me doing here. I use the rest as a shrimp. You know what I mean? Don't scrimp on a shrimp. You know what I'm saying? So if you got protein and you're cooking at home, why the hell not be generous? So here I go. We're already on the like we're damn near finished. You know what I'm saying? I think if I serve this, it's plenty good. But what I want to do is I just want to fold in a little bit more cheese just to give it a little bit more creaminess. Thicken the sauce, thicken the pasta a little bit more. And then you'll see I had some extra cream that I'm just going to finish. And again, the heat is low. Super, super low. Don't dump all that cheese. You'll have a hard time mixing and like, you know, incorporating into the dish. So do a little bit at a time. I'm just folding it over, letting the heat of the pasta do its thing. I made that mistake just dumping it, all the cheese that I think I needed, and it just clumps up and just never gets to where you want it. You feel me? So here it is. Cream should be up next. You see me take out that plate. I'm just like, okay, I'm putting this on YouTube. I'm going to post about them, do some TikTok or whatever. So let's try to pretend like we're clean or some shit. You know what I mean? So here I am just folding it in. And it's ready to serve, really. Now, I don't know about y'all, but who else does this? When they prepare food for someone, you serve it to them, you just notice yourself hovering, be like, yo, what's up? Is it good? How is it? You know what I mean? And then when they're like, it's all right, you're like, man, fuck that shit. But when there's like, oh, so good, you're like, oh no, it's all good. You know, I just whipped it up. That's my toxic trait when it comes to cooking and shit. I'm just like hovering. So Steph hates that. All right. So I realized I was hovering. So I was like, the second I gave her the plate, I'm like, I have to run off, start cleaning up the kitchen or something, because I can't just be in that space being like, what is good? But luckily she loved it. Again, the homies hooked it up with a care package full of like Italian ingredients that I personally never, I didn't even know some of this shit existed. Like, it's like I've seen it on TV too much. I've never worked with it. So expect more videos with Italian ingredients in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm already thinking, this is how you know I'm addicted to food. This is how we know we're addicted to food. When you're damn near about to eat, or damn near already like in the process of eating, and you're thinking about your next meal. Doesn't that mean that we're addicted? Oh no, God. Like, that shit crazy to me. But here we go. I'm trying to make it all pretty. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah. The squidding pasta, man, it was bomb. Can I taste ink or anything? I cannot. So I'm be honest with you. But it's some banger ass, rich ass ingredient, and I enjoyed every second of cooking with it and eating it. You know what I'm saying? So let's do some more of this.